What's good, planty peeps? My name is Lily and welcome to Peace Lily Plants. It is the morning after our last pop-up event and we'll be talking all about that in a different video. But this video is just going to be a few random plant chores. And so since we had our event last night, we're ready to propagate some more babies and get some more going on that cycle of growing out roots, putting them in soil, then taking them to sell. So we're gonna go around here and take some cuttings. But first I'm gonna taste the coffee and see how that goes. Cause Mom bought a different creamer. It tasted horrible, but she shook it up more, so let's see if it's better today. It's a little bit better, but it has a really weird aftertaste.
What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a little offshoot, like maybe this one.
Yeah, let me come a little closer.
Okay. So that I can get down and get a node. And I don't, well shoot, I can't hold that and get this untangled. Okay, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some, I don't want our plant to look skint after I cut it. So I need to get a piece that has a nice growth on it and a node, but at the same time, I like to leave it where her plant still looks perfectly normal and full and healthy. I don't want to skin it. So this is what I've cut so far. I have 3 nice cuttings that I will root.
We got lemon lime, philodendron micans, marble queen. Do you want to cut off any of those?
Yes, I'm going to take just a piece off of them, but I love them when they get a little, when they have these growth pieces, they just look so happy.
Yeah.
So I don't want to cut off both. I'll maybe just take one.
Okay, just take one, and I have a couple bigger specimens of the ones I just named off.
Okay, I'll just take one from these. Now this is getting a little bit leggy right here, so I think I can cut it right there without hurting the shape.
All right, show me. Show the camera. Show the camera the piece. Bring it closer to the camera. Okay.
This piece. I can probably make that into 2. And do you want me to cut it? I think that one's looking good. I don't really want to cut anything off of that.
Okay. Maybe we'll get to the string doves last. You want to take any more teddy bear vine?
Yeah. I did find that, I don't know if it's just me, but the teddy bear, okay, I'm going to cut this and I'll show you. When I take a piece and I'm trying to root it, I do find that I have to sacrifice right much. It'll root and then I can make it grow, but it just feels like I'm losing some. But I guess that's the nature of this plant. I do love this plant.
Uh-huh. Looks so pretty with the morning sun hitting it.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm gonna get a piece back here.
I need to turn around here.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how good this looks.
Yeah.
The baby that was dead that we got the other day from Target.
Isn't that amazing, y'all?
And look, it's putting off a baby right here. And it's putting off actually a new leaf back here. So I think we made it happy. And I think it's got maybe putting off a baby right there too. Like
all right, should we take some of these 3?
Oh yes, I love these.
All right, so we've got down here silver satin pothos, philodendron Brazil, and an unknown peperomia species that I got from Lowe's. Very similar to Scandens, but not quite as thick and heart-shaped.
Oh yeah, this has got some nice long pieces, look. I can probably make this into 2 or 3.
Yeah, I love silver satin pothos, and what's interesting is that people talk about how difficult Scindapsus are to root, and I don't know what our secret is, but we seem to be doing fine with rooting them.
It's the love.
There's another specimen of that one too.
Okay.
That's the only specimen of that one that I have.
This is one of my very favorites.
Me too.
I love this striping. There's a lot of, you have a lot that have some variegation on them, and I like all of them, but something about this one I just really, really, really love. Let's see.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite plants for sure.
Okay, so let me get up here and what I'm doing, I'm pulling it out because I do want to get some to root, but at the same time, I don't want her plant to look like I gave it a buzz cut. So I still want it to look full and lush and beautiful when I walk away. And I love this one too. Spin it around. Get this leggy piece on the back.
This one roots really well for us too, and we all know, most of us in the plant community already know that peperomia can be really difficult, but this one does pretty well. What I've noticed just from my own personal experience is that the more interesting looking peperomia like watermelon and string of turtles, they're a little more difficult for me, and then the ones that are just kind of plain green, not all that stunning and striking, they do better. Like this one has been doing good for us, and I have a Cubensis that I'll show you in a moment. Well, I'll just show you right now while she's doing that. Let me turn around here. This is my Cubensis. Again, a very plain green peperomia that does well. And then let me come over here and show you my Scandens that also does well. I'll try not to run Mom over, but try to get kind of close to it. Let me move this out of the way. Right there. That one does well for me too. Again, another plain green one.
This one to me, look, I think there's some beautiful variegation. It's not as shiny as some plants, but some of these leaves, look, they're so pretty. They have little variegated stripes on them. There's one, I mean, that I just think that is a pretty plant.
They have a bit of what I would call a sport variegation because it's like a light green and a dark green.
It's really pretty though. I mean, it has nice coloring. Even this leaf that's mature has a nice coloring on it. It looks just slightly mottled, maybe almost a silvery. Anyway, I like that plant a lot.
Yeah, that was a good find at Lowe's. I don't know about any of those on that row.
Can I cut a little piece off of this one in the back? Look.
Yeah. Yeah, try it.
I've rooted two of them before.
Yeah. The idea of rooting Hoya is just a little bit more intimidating because Hoya are just a little bit tougher for me in general. But
I'm just dumb. I just do them all the same.
Do you want to try to get a piece of the Exotica? Top left?
Yeah.
Well, let me say that again because I was showing your butt.
Yeah, don't show my butt.
We should probably also take some more string of turtles cuttings to try to rescue that plant. But, okay, first the Exotica.
Now, am I right in thinking that this one grows kind of slow? It has the bigger leaves, but it grows kind of slowish?
Yeah, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
Some people have long, trailing Exoticas, and I'm like, how? So I've had mine for maybe 6 months, And it's doing well, but it's nowhere close to trailing, as you can see.
I'm cutting one piece, and I'm getting the one, it looks like it has a bite out of it, because I'll root that, and I can modify that leaf. I just don't want to skin it, because it looks so pretty, but it really doesn't have a whole lot hanging over that I'm comfortable cutting.
Right.
Okay, so what's this?
I have no idea. You could try to root it.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I like this right here that you got the 2-in-1 container. I think that looks really pretty.
Yeah, I'm just a little nervous to cut that one just yet.
I don't want to either. Which other Hoya you want me to try? One of these?
Yeah, the Lisa, Hoya, Australis, Lisa. And I'll try to get up where you can see it, but it's got a few little babies.
Oh, there's these little tiny leaves are so pretty. They pink looking.
Yeah.
This got a baby one there and there, here. I'm gonna cut a piece off the shorter one because I don't want to get all your height.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna cut it that far back. Look. So I'm gonna try to root this.
And let's try the Crimson Queen because I don't do very well with this plant. So might as well cut it, and then who knows, maybe that'll inspire it to do something. Yeah, Blonde Bombshell.
Yeah, hey, where's the pink one of this? Didn't we have some pink stripey before?
Yeah, that one's gone.
Oh, shoot, I shouldn't have sold the last that I had then.
Well, maybe I'll get another one at some point. Right there, what she's cutting. We call it Blonde Bombshell, but it's a Tradescantia.
I love the different variegations.
Yes, a cream and green Tradescantia. Scientific name. Scientific names of Tradescantia are tough because there are so many species. It's Flumensis or Fluminensis something. And then right next to it on the left, you want to take any Pothos and Joy?
Yes, I do. I gotta sit down over here. I can't lean over to look at it. Now, you don't want me to cut this one yet, right? Or
well, it has a runner sort of on the end there.
What do you think about if I cut it right here?
Yeah.
And we try to root this piece?
Okay. Show the camera. Okay, gonna try to root up some Monstera Peru. Do you want any more of that green prayer plant?
Oh, sure. I like mixing a little bit of prayer plant in with some of the other stuff that we had yesterday at our pop-up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, those do seem to grab people's attention.
They have such beautiful tones on the leaves, and the patterns are gorgeous. Oh, look over here, all this string of that's hanging almost to the floor.
Yeah. Hey, let's do all the string ofs.
Together?
Yeah. Alright, I want to eat my breakfast, so we're going to take a little break here of me following her around with a camera. Let her be in one spot doing her thing while I drink my coffee and eat my biscuits and try not to chomp too loud in the background.
Okay, what I'm going to be doing is getting the plants ready to actually go into the water to propagate. And what I do is I trim off any leaves that are near the bottom because I don't want them down in the water. And I'm going to come back and cut a 45-degree angle right at the base of the node. And this is what I'm going to stick down into the water. What is this one, Lily?
Monstera Peru.
Okay, Monstera Peru. And see, this one, I cut off this kind of strange looking little runner that was shooting off of it. And I don't want to lose that leaf So I'm going to make an exception and leave that leaf on, but I am going to cut my angle down here and have it ready to put in the water. And I may put it in a cup and let it scrunch up a little bit like this to get the root, but I don't want to sacrifice the leaf if I can save that one. And I will put some of the tinier, shorter ones in a smaller container so that they can be in the water, but I won't have to skin them up like 3 or 4 inches tall. Okay, so just doing some more of that. Isn't this the unknown version?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is a Hoya. Once again, I have a lot of leaves. I don't want to lose all of them, so I'm going to cut off a couple, but I'm going to leave some and put it in a shallow jar to try to propagate it.
And look, do y'all see the little babies in the middle? How adorable.
Okay, so I just cut off a little bit. I'm gonna stick it in a shallow one and try to save all these leaves because they look so pretty. All right, this is a Hoya. Once again, I'm going to put it in something shallow and try to save the leaves, but I may have to cut off the bottom too. Okay, this is the Pothos Enjoy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, once in a while I remember a name for about 2 seconds. Similar situation. Some of these unusual species to me have a little bit squirrely tips when they first grow out. But I'm going to try to save as many leaves on this as I can. So again, I'll be putting this in a shallow container to root. We've got some teddy bear over here. And I love teddy bear. But I always feel like that I'm doing something not quite right because he looks so pretty on the ends, but it's like he's fuzzy brown up here. Maybe that's part of the appeal of teddy bear. But anyway, I'm going to snip off a little piece here, cut off a couple of leaves. Okay, this one is, tell me again the name of this one.
Scindapsus pictus exotica.
What she said. Anyway, I snipped off, we had one leaf that had a leaf that looked like something took a bite out of it. It probably got torn. Anyway, I chose that one because I'll root this and I'll just tear around that and like this to just make it look natural. And ta-da! Now I'm gonna root that piece. Okay, another piece of prayer plant. Snip off a bottom leaf and recut the angle. Make sure it's at 45-degree angle. My understanding, the reason we do that is it allows more more water go up into the stem. Is that right, Lily? That's what somebody told me one time.
I actually don't know why. I know you're supposed to do it, but I don't know why.
Okay. Well, I'm doing that on this, and see this little tip? I just cut the tip off of this one.
Neon Pothos?
Neon Pothos. Well, I was making sure because I also have a piece of that one, and I didn't want to be naming off the wrong one. But anyway, I don't have a whole lot of stem on this, and I'm not cutting off all those leaves. I'll put it in something shallow. If this roots, just look, it'll start off with like 5 beautiful leaves. So
wow, that's a good little starter.
I'm not going to cut them all off. And also, it looks like it might have a place right here that it could put out another root. So anyway, and I just love this one.
Mm-hmm.
Brazil. I guess I'm going to cut off this leaf. Maybe one more. And then I'll stick it in the shallow cup to root. But I'm careful each time to make sure I have at least one node, if not 2. Here's another one of these silver.
Yeah, silver satin pothos.
Silver satin pothos, okay.
Scindapsus pictus argerius.
What she said. I can't remember all that stuff, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, I got that big pretty leaf.
Yeah, wow.
It almost blends in with my shirt. A big old pretty leaf. I'm not going to cut that leaf off. I'll work around it. Get these ready. Oh, this is the, wait a minute. Mikan?
Philodendron Mikan.
Mikan. Okay, I finally got that name right. Because to me, this is like, kind of like the teddy bear version of a philodendron.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's brown and fuzzy. I like planting that one and teddy bear together. Because they have different texture leaves, but similar color. They're both kind of fuzzy. So the teddy bear can kind of fill in the base, and that one can be more of a trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a little piece of blonde bombshell. I don't want to lose any of that. So I'm going to just do the best I can with it.
And while you're finishing up there,
Yes.
since I just finished eating, well, can you reach and put this on the couch?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Yes,
go
ma'am.
back and sit the string ups that are back there over here so that it'll be easier to film us doing stuff with them.
Following the getting ready for our pop-up shop last night, I knew we were going to need to propagate today because I planted everything that we had fruiting in preparation for the event last night. So we don't have anything up here rooting right this minute.
Look at this, y'all. Look at how long the string of arrows is. I'm reaching my arm up as high as I can reach it.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? We'll get to the string ups when she gets done with that. But I'm sitting them all over here in preparation.
Oh, here's one of these Hoya. I'll be real interested to see how this Hoya does.
Yeah,
I haven't rooted this kind of Hoya before.
that's a Crimson Queen.
Crimson Queen.
And FYI to everyone watching, I've struggled with that plant, so we're just kind of hoping that cutting it might inspire it to do something.
So, Lily, we had Cupid's arrow in several things last night that we had for sale. Is this kin to Cupid's arrow, or does it just remind me of Cupid's arrow?
That is Cupid's arrow, so...
Oh, okay, Cupid's arrow then.
That's not an official name or anything. That's our name for little peperomias. Well, we've referred to both the Scandens and that unknown species as Cupid's arrow, mostly for the sake of simplicity. They look really similar anyway, so...
Okay, I'm going to first get this string of turtles.
No, that's a string of hearts.
That's a string of hearts. Why do I always think everything's turtles? I got turtles on the brain.
The patterning is kind of similar.
Yeah, I recognize the hearts on some of the ones, but for some reason this coloring reminds me of the other. Anyway, okay. So on this string of hearts, pardon me, we got over a foot. How much do you want me to trim off for propagation? And plus they do need a haircut. They're getting a little inclined.
Yeah. Well, if this is too much, you don't have to do it. But I was gonna say at least half of it.
I think that'll be good.
And we're just gonna root and water, y'all. The funny thing is that, you know, I've talked about planty advice and how, you know, you should take things you hear on the internet with a grain of salt. Well, what I'd always heard is that you should propagate string of hearts in moss. So then I felt like I was doing something wrong when we rooted some of them in water. But then I saw in a wild fern video kind of recently that she straight up said, I actually prefer to root these in water. So that felt very validating, and it was just, once again, one of those moments where I thought to myself, why am I letting how other people do things just influence me so much? But you feel like you should take the advice of people who...
But I always say in life, baby, take other people's advice with a grain of salt, but you got to temper that with some common sense and whatever works for you.
Yep, so we're gonna be rooting all these string ups today in water. Man, I just can't get over how long that string of spades is. And then over here we got Silver Glory. I'll get a better view of her in a minute here.
Okay, look, how does that look?
Ooh, that looks much better.
And you know what, maybe we'll put out some more up here. Because you know the little string of turtles, I know it's a different species, but the string of turtles that we had last night, it had a nice little, I call it coxcomb, you know, like a rooster on the top. Okay, so I'm gonna sit this one back, and by trimming it, I've got it where it's not all intertwined as much.
Hopefully, the regular haircuts will help it keep putting out more from the base.
Yeah.
Because we want to eventually have a full pot of it.
Look how long this string of arrows is. This is arrows, right?
Yes, or spades, arrows, same difference.
Okay.
Basically triangles.
All right, so you want this hanging down similar to the length of that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get to cut right much off of here then.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of propagations off of this.
Still have to find the node, y'all, so I'm not coming in here like with a buzz saw and just chomping something off. I mean, I'm finding the node and cutting it at the right places.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, this is it after the haircut. See, don't it look cute?
Yes.
It's still leggy, you know. It's got plenty of offshoot, but like you said, maybe this will inspire it to put off from the top. This is these things get intertwined, y'all. It's like, let me see if I can get it unattached over here. These things get locked up like a necklace getting a knot in it.
I know it's gonna be okay, but it's like a little bit traumatizing for me to see it like that.
It's like somebody who has hair down to their waist and they get it cut in a pixie.
Oh my gosh!
Look at all of the pieces.
Holy cow. And there's big arrows, even down towards the bottom.
Yeah, big ones.
I said it in a recent video, and I'll repeat real quick for those who might not have seen it. Give these babies more water if you want to have the bigger spades, hearts, etc., even all the way down the vine. You'll see that these arrows managed to stay big all the way down the vine.
Yeah, they did. Really. Okay, now this one. You want me to cut it about the same length
Yeah.
as the others?
And maybe we'll do some of the grunt work off camera, because that looks like it might take a few minutes.
I'm gonna scoot a little closer. Oh, it makes them look thicker.
Yeah.
Kinda like when you get your hair trimmed up, you know? They
Don't
are like
they?
jewelry. They're like jewelry. Get a bunch of chains together and they'll get intertwined.
Don't they look good with their fresh new trims? So this is what we're working with so far, but there's one more string up we need to cut. Not the best angle over here. It'd be better if I could get a little more around the front, but this is my Silver Glory string of hearts. There's plenty of it to propagate, and in my recent collab with Miles from Paradise in a Pot, which you all should definitely watch. Sorry, that was my wheelchair. I told him that I would trade him some Silver Glory String of Hearts. And he told me he's got some Monstera Soda Picana. So, we have plenty of this for me to trade some with him. And then to also have plenty of it for the shop. And once again, the big hearts even all the way down the vine. I'm telling you guys, more water, more water.
And look how pretty it looks up here. I mean, it's got like babies coming out up there that are filling in on her little hairdo. Looks like she's got pigtails.
Yeah,
That's so cute.
that is probably my most aesthetically pleasing plant. You know, the plant and the pot combined.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you want it close to the same length as the others, or do I need to leave some extra? When are you going to send Miles his pieces?
It'll have to get a little warmer.
Okay. So I won't cut this one as much.
Well, but you can do about up to the other ones.
Okay. Well, what we could do is
or do like half of it.
What if I send him some rooted? What if we root some pieces and send him?
Oh, well, yeah, that's the whole point. We're not going to send him unrooted cuttings.
Okay, then I can cut it. I can go ahead and cut it then.
Yeah, we're going to root up some for him and then root up some for the shop.
Okay, so how's that look?
That looks great.
I can put her back. So now I have a lot. That don't look like a lot if it was like a pothos, but when it's string ups, that's a lot of string ups.
That's a lot. That's
a lot of string.
That's like 10 plants at least.
Put her back with her little haircut now.
Yeah.
She's still so adorable.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go deal with this off camera because it's just gonna be 10 minutes of cutting things.
Or 20 on this, but
yeah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take all the other stuff I already have ready to put in the propagating cups. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. So when I get done with the string ups, I can just deal with that because that's a whole different scale. I mean, it's so little and short and delicate.
Yeah.
Not delicate in a bad way, but just so much smaller than when you're dealing with a big old stalk. Finally, we have all the propagations up here in our little rooting jars. We have everything from common plants like the blue Cebu blue. We have all the string ofs, hearts, and arrows. And the other one that, what's the other one, Lily? Silver Glory. We have, in other words, we have some common stuff. We have some rare earth stuff. Some of the Hoyas and some of the stuff, it's my first time trying to root some of that. So we will see what happens. Tiny things, bigger leaves. We have prayer plant. We have, I want to say Monstera something, Lily, this big leaf. Monstera Peru. Hey, I remember the Monstera part. That was good for me. Anyway, we got green ones, we got fuzzy ones, we got striped ones, we got variegated ones. You name it. We got the lemon limes and the neons. We have silvers. Just all varieties and the beautiful heart leaf. I think the only thing I didn't cut anything of yet today is pothos. So we may get some of the pothos and stick it in a jar before the day's out. But anyway, this is our propagations. This is about 3 times what we normally propagate at one time. So we're being real ambitious about what we're going to need for summer.
Alright, y'all, we've got some propagations that are going to be ready to go for next time. So we'll have to keep you updated on how they're all doing. So anyway, thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. Hope you're having a good day, and please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and one more thing, wherever you are and whatever your circumstances, bloom where you were planted, honey. See you in the next one. Bye.